Okay, so what I've been asked to talk about today, just briefly, is about how to become a good business coach. And, I'm going to actually start with how to be successful. Just two things to be successful. To be a successful business coach is to become a good business coach, because you live or you die by your reputation in this business, okay? So, and yeah, obviously you get recommendations and so on, testimonials. So being a good coach is the first thing. And having a passion for it. And then, of course, there's the whole marketing side. You have to get yourself out there. People have to know about you. So one is through recommendations, and others you have to just put yourself in the right place to be seen. And for me, I found that was very difficult. I always found it very difficult to sort of talk about myself. And I let other people, in the same room, really talk about themselves, blow their own trumpet, and they didn't know anything. I wonder why people would go to these people. But then really, I have to say partly that's my fault for not blowing my own trumpet in a sense. So, I've had to hire someone even to sort of do my social media for me, so I'm not a part of it, because I get distracted. So I would say, firstly, you have to get to understand business. I think a good business coach is someone who has a passion for helping others, has a passion for learning about new businesses. So you have to have that thing where you... every type of business you see, you find out how it works. You get an idea how it works, because you know that at some point you'll be able to help one of your clients. I'm in a restaurant, I find out how it works. I'm on a train, I ask the staff about the train service, how many trains on the line, etc., etc., running that route. Every business you go into, you try and find out what the business model is, and the motivation behind that business, etc. So you have to be inquisitive about how people make money, how business works, to be a good business coach. You have to be able to listen. Being a business coach is not about blowing your own trumpet. It's not really about you telling people how smart you are. Being a good business coach is actually hearing not just the pain points that people have, recognizing what skills your clients don't have, and what strengths they do have, what they're good at, what they're definitely not good at, and what they need to be doing. So you have to understand the stages of business in terms of dealing with a startup is different from dealing with someone who's been in business a while. And being in business a while, there's an optimization period, I call it. You have to understand that there are things that need to get right. And then there are those who are at the point of they're able to think about going for a major expansion, franchising, extra stores, whatever they want to do. That's a different mindset and a different business model. And then there are those who need to just want to sell their business, they want to retire or something like that. And if you're helping someone through that stage, it's again, it's a different mindset. It's a different mindset. So first of all, you have to be very clear about what stage of business your client is in. So you have to yourself get schooled in that. Then you have to recognize that there are different priorities at those different stages. So you have to get that, and then you just have to immerse yourself in understanding these things. I wouldn't say that you have to. I think you have to have some entrepreneurial experience. I think to have had none would be very difficult. But at the same time, I don't think you have to have had lots and lots and lots of experience. But I think you have to be a good listener, a good analyzer, make use of analysis tools, understand the climate you're in. Understand how things change, because there are two things. There's technology, like the internet, but then there are old rules that are the same. You understand? So clients still have to make leads and convert those leads to sales. Using the internet is something else. Maybe you can prospect 10,000 people a day, but you still have to convert them, and it's a different process converting people via the internet, etc. So. So I suppose those are the three things really. It's recognizing what stage of business your client is in, having an understanding of how business works in general, being clear about the business model, I think, so that you know how the money is made for a client and what they need to do to make that money. So you have to be clear what their model is. And so you have to drill down. Sometimes you have to ask the questions that they don't know to answer, because they don't know they have to answer these questions. So that's your job, is to analyze. I think half the time listening and analyzing gives you a clear understanding, a clear way forward. that even just by the analysis, your client will recognise what they have to do. And then your job is to then help them and encourage them through that process. So for my part, I suppose we've got a couple of analysis tools that we'll put online soon, which will be to help business consultants. And we'll continue to take people through the Olympic Sprint Business Coaching Program, Coaches Program. And and then of course the typical online courses we have and face-to-face courses and retreats that we'll keep doing, which I enjoy doing, so we'll keep doing those. So, okay, hope that helps.